Everybody, welcome back to the Everything Twin Ports podcast. I'm Chad Watzak with Edina Realty, and today we're here with Geoff Rich with 9Round Fitness. Very excited to have Geoff on today. Geoff Rich is the owner, like I mentioned, of 9Round Fitness. It's located in the Kenwood Shopping Mall, so maybe not a lot of you know exactly where it is, but it's between Super One and kind of the end there. It's right in the center, I guess, essentially.
Yeah.
Geoff, you have a couple other locations that you own as well. Which ones are those?
Yes, we've got Golden Valley, Minnesota, and Apple Valley, Minnesota in the cities.
Okay, perfect. So if you're down the Twin Cities area, if you're a member, you can jump into a location down there for a workout.
Yeah, it's a franchise system, so there's actually a number of locations in the cities there. We happen to own a couple of them, but there's some other good gyms out there as well. So,
sure, awesome. Well, Geoff, we're here talking about fitness. It's the new year. Everybody's kind of getting their New Year's resolutions, getting going here. And so I thought it'd be great to have an actual fitness person that runs a gym in town here. Just want to talk with you. What exactly could you explain to us is 9Round Fitness? Not a lot of people even probably know what these boxing gloves are on the table for. So.
Sure. Well, like you see here, obviously boxing focused. So it's a 30-minute kickboxing workout. We've got a couple of core stations beside that. So like from being a member there. So it's a circuit, so not time. Everything's timed within that station or that round that you're on, but there's not a specific class time. You don't need to show up for an hour class time and be on time or be late and get kicked out, right?
Right.
It's all around your schedule, not ours. Only thing we need to be careful about nowadays is just the capacity with COVID stuff, which we're doing okay with. Yeah.
Good. So this is a franchise, like you mentioned. So I guess what kind of led you to say, hey, let's start a franchise fitness kickboxing gym in Duluth versus a pizza joint? Like, what was that process like?
Sure. Well, we were actually not looking at starting a gym. We were not in the gym fitness business. We didn't know anything about it. What led us actually to 9Round is my wife, I'll give her the credit, Johanna, she actually started as a customer first in one of the city's locations. She had never worked out in her life. I mean, and she has no problem with me saying that. Going back to high school, was never in any sports, never worked out, was never fit, but was never like completely out of shape either, just not active. So she called me one day, I was at work, and she said, hey, these guys keep bugging me to go sign up for kickboxing. I think I want to try it. And I say, come again. I had to research them first because I thought it was, when you think of a boxing gym, what do you think of? Kind of rough and tough and guys, and it smells like garbage in there or whatever else. No, not to knock the boxing gyms, but people have kind of a stereotype in their mind of what a boxing gym looks like, and a lot of fighters running around. So she got excellent results after about a year of doing it. She started going 3 to 5 days a week. Got me into it afterwards because I was working kind of corporate desk jobs at the time, got a little, 20, 30 pounds too heavy, kind of like the COVID situation here,
Yeah, that was a lot of that going on for all of us.
and I mean, fast forward, we ended up, moving up north before we had kids and stuff like that. We ended up moving up north and got to thinking, hey, there's nothing like this up here. We should look at opening one. Obviously, that was a 13-month process, but to summarize it, everything numbers-wise made sense to me. I had some of the business background. She really loved the 9Round concept and kind of got us hooked up to it. So that's really how we started. I can guarantee we would not be owning any other gym in town today just because it's just we liked what we saw with 9Round.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how long has 9Round now been in the Twin Ports here?
We've been open, it's just over 3 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now you have how many? You have 2 other locations that you guys as a business own?
Yeah. So what we did, we knew we wanted to own multiple locations. We can kind of diversify a little bit by doing that. We've got now management teams in place. So we're very involved in some of the day-to-day, but not necessarily down into the store operations. That's all kind of set for us. Mm-hmm. But what we ended up doing, we waited about a year exactly into starting Duluth. And then we had an opportunity to acquire the second location. It was already up and running for about 5 years.
Okay.
Single gym owners, they just didn't want to expand, and they also just had some reasons to get out of the business.
Sure.
And very, very similar story with the third one, actually. It was another acquisition.
Cool.
Yeah.
Also, in a couple of years, you've got 3 locations already. That's awesome.
Right. A lot of work now, but
yeah. It's amazing to think not much time it took for you to get to that point. So we got some stuff on the table here. You brought in some props, which each member gets these
right.
items when they sign up for a membership.
Right.
Kind of take us through what these things are for those that aren't really understanding boxing or
sure.
glove, obviously. But.
Well, yeah, the obvious part are the boxing gloves. You have those on for a majority of the workout.
Okay.
So, fast forward now to COVID, actually kind of nice because you're not touching everything. There's not a lot of surfaces. You're not in a traditional gym where you have to clean absolutely everything after you touch it because you're not touching things. Mm-hmm. The hand wraps are in front. We teach you how to do those. That just goes under the glove. It fills the space in the glove. There's some empty space in there. And then it also is a supportive wrist wrap. So it goes all around your wrist and your hand. And then that's what you kind of see some of the fighters wrapping up with.
Okay.
The professional fighters will spend hours and hours perfecting their hand wraps.
Really?
Because it's that important.
Okay.
We're a fitness program, so we teach you how to do it. Everyone's kind of got their own preference, but it's not as complicated as it looked.
Okay.
The last part is the pulse. That's the heart rate training. It goes around your chest, and it's Bluetooth technology. So once you step into our gym, it automatically puts a tile on the screen. It'll shrink down depending on how many people are in there.
Okay.
Puts a tile with your nickname or what we call your fighter name. Displays your live heart rate, your live stats up there, red, yellow, green, so really easy to see kind of where you're at.
Okay.
A lot of people walk in and they're like, oh, hey, I already got my iWatch or my Apple or my Samsung. Well, the difference is you can't see that during your workout and because you got your gloves on, and your trainer also can't see that. So I sell that to people, and again, it's included with the membership, but where we sell that technology most of the time is it's more of a tool for our trainers than you, actually.
Right.
Because otherwise we can't see what your iWatch shows until you get done with your workout. And then, oh, I had a really crappy workout, or I killed this workout. You don't know until the end.
Right.
So
that's cool. So that's really kind of transitions us into, like, what does 9Round offer that the traditional gym doesn't, as far as the membership is concerned and the workout that you're going to expect to receive when you're there?
Sure. So I would say we're positioned like a gym with personal trainers, but you don't necessarily you're getting access to a personal trainer, but you're not having to pay for that.
Okay.
You're not having to pay the premium for that. You get access to that person. They're not hovering over you for that workout. They're actually running the entire floor, so we have anywhere between 1 and sometimes 3 trainers come on, depending on what location it is. And they're kind of running the whole floor.
Okay.
The other thing you get is you get the kickboxing workout, but with the convenience of not having to be on a class schedule.
Okay. Nice.
On the hour, on the half hour, whatever. Whenever you walk in, it starts every 3 minutes. That's kind of the way to look at it.
Mm-hmm. I was looking at, before I ended up becoming a member at 9Round, I was looking at another opportunity in town for fitness, and it was like, you either work out Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at these times, otherwise there's no spot for you.
Right.
And I was just like, well.
And some of them are good things, but they're telling you what your schedule has to be.
Yeah, and it's like,
that's the tough part.
It was hard. It's like, I can't make that work for my schedule. I have to drop kids off. I mean, I was, before COVID hit, I was a 5 o'clock in the morning guy at the shop there. I mean, you guys opened really early for those that want to get in, get the workout in, get home cleaned up, then get the kids to school now that the kids are back in school coming up here. So that's what I love about the workout, is that you've got the flexibility, someone after work, or, hey, I've got an hour break in class or 2 hours, whatever they can just hop into the gym there. And
we have some lunch people, they've got an hour for lunch. They'll maybe come in for half an hour and kill a workout during their lunchtime.
Wow.
Because it's literally that fast. You're not messing around too much.
Right. So that's what I like. It's like, just get in, you get out. There's no talking at the water cooler or waiting for the dumbbells to get open.
Cranking some weights and
looking in the mirror flexing.
Sitting in the hot tub.
There's none of that going
right.
on.
I remember
no distractions like that either. That's what I like about it. It's like you're in there.
Right.
Once you jump into when you start that circuit, you're
focused.
You are.
Yeah, you're focused.
You're not jumping out. Obviously if you need a little breather and stuff. So that's the next piece. Like for me, I mean, I'm a big guy. Like I've worked out before. I used to be in the military, believe it or not. So like. I'm used to military style, working out
intense
and whatnot,
workouts.
intense
right.
workouts.
Yes.
But I was intimidated at first, like, oh man, kickboxing, like, I'm super uncoordinated, like super nervous. But like, you get in there and the trainers really, explain things. They work you through the process. They give you a test run on each different exercise. It's not intimidating at all. I mean, and you can modify your actual round. That's what I love about it too. So like. You guys probably see a lot of people coming in there just like super intimidated and like I'm not sure about this and you guys offer some sort of free opportunity to come through to test it out. Do you guys do like a free workout type thing?
Yeah, we do an introductory workout, which that's where our trainers really sit down with you and kind of teach you some of the basics on kickboxing.
Okay.
Pretty low profile, it's and don't get me wrong, we can scale that to people that are maybe, doing something like CrossFit already, right? Very similar. So we can scale it up at any time like that.
Oh yeah, there's chicks in there that were like, "Oh my gosh, I could never do that." Like I was like, having to modify my workout.
Right. So most of the time, I would say a vast majority of the time, the people we're used to working with are exactly like that, where they're not already fitness nuts. They're not 5 days a week.
Right.
Those people a lot of times need very little instruction, and we just need to tailor the workout a little bit, maybe up a little bit. A majority of the time, new people, we want to make sure they don't get burned out. Actually, if you have a bad experience, or if depending on what happens, how that first workout goes is pretty important. So we want people to be able to do the full workout. So we'll tailor that accordingly. Partly why we have the pulse, so we can keep track of people on the TVs.
Right.
So.
I know it's not happened much, but like there's been a couple times where I've gotten too long in the red there, and they've had to like come talk to me. They're like, just hey, how's it going? And it's helped me kind of get my heart rate back down. And then for the next one, it's like, they just nonchalantly know how to interact with people to get your heart rate up to the right level, and then to
make
keep
sure you're not
there.
dying. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not happened maybe once. That's happened where I was like, they had to kind of come over and just kind of talk to me a little bit. But yeah, like it's so that's what I love is that you can see exactly what you're doing, how you're doing right up on the screen. You just turn around, look, and okay, I'm yellow right now. Let's get in the right spot. So that's great. That's what I love. So another part about the workout, what is it? How does it separate itself from maybe other kind of workout routines? Is there a certain concept that with kickboxing that you automatically get because it's cardio and something else mixed in, or?
Right. I mean, definitely a lot of cardio, a lot of toning, right? We don't have a lot of the huge heavy weights, partly because of the size of the concept and everything. But you get a lot of cardio. I've talked about this before, but I call it hidden cardio because, for example, you're punching a speed bag, which is that fast one, you're punching that, and you're actually getting a lot of cardio out of that, but because it's fun and you're kind of distracted, you actually don't notice it.
Right.
Jump rope is another one. Jump rope is actually 3 times more efficient for cardio than running is.
Wow.
And
3 times more efficient?
Right.
Wow.
So for calories and for the same amount of time.
Wow.
So we at almost every workout we have about 3 minutes of jump rope in some way, and that's why you see a lot of the boxers, the professional boxers. The one thing they do in their off time is they're all really, really good at jumping rope, like all the tricks, everything.
Yeah,
that's why. So I'd say you get kind of the full, the full thing. You get all the resistance from the heavy bags. You get the cardio. You get the core. You get the core. On round 9, you get a lot of times focusing on abs, focusing on core.
And a lot of times you use your own body weight for a lot of these exercises. So you're not like having to go and load up the rack for, whatever you're doing. Like you're using your own body weight, and it's that longer repetitions and stuff. So
Right.
that's cool. So it's a circuit training type of workout. And then what's the amount of time per round? I mean, I'm not a boxer, so what's a round? It's like it mimics an actual like fighting event with a boxing event type thing.
So our rounds are timed at 3 minutes.
Okay.
And then there's a 30-second, it's called an active rest. It's actually just like a lighter workout that's done between each round. That's where, if you're a new person, we're typically going to not have you do that right away, because that's your time to kind of get your heart rate down and kind of get back to normal.
Okay.
So with all that said, you're in and out in essentially half an hour. Everything's timed with a timer. So it's not up to the trainer. They're not going to keep you late because they decided that, hey, we're going to, make this extra special here today and do 5 minutes. So I remember when I was in the cities doing corporate work and I was a member at one of these, I'd have a pretty early shift that I just chose to get in really early for work in the day, 5, 6 in the morning. I'd get out at 2:30, 3 o'clock. I'd go hit the gym, but I would time it in between where I was taking a conference call in the car. I'd have a half hour open. I'd have a conference call right after it that I'm jumping on, because there was no sense in sitting in the office just to be on the phone.
Right.
So I left the office, got in the car because I had an hour of road time anyway. But I was literally on that where I maybe had 32 minutes open between 2 calls that I had to get on and off. Walked in, got it done, got out, had a few minutes to recover, and it literally is that efficient because I've done it that way. So,
yeah, that's what I liked about it. It wasn't, not screwing around with trying to find weights that work. I mean, it's just you jump in the circle and you get going.
A big thing people don't think about is bigger gyms. You're dinking around for 10 minutes trying to find parking.
Yeah,
you pull right up, you walk in 20 feet, and we're there. Kenwood Shopping Center, very good parking. Other locations, very good parking. You're not dealing with a mess of people. Just try. I mean, it's people don't need much of an excuse to not get in the gym.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times, gyms not to be named in the cities, the big guys, you go pull up and you can't find a spot, and maybe after 10 minutes you decide, I'm going to go over to Caribou Coffee instead or something.
I got this important phone call I got to go on.
Right.
So
right.
It's easy. It's easy. It's human nature to find reasons to overcome what you're working on.
Right.
So with COVID, we're talking a little bit. It's still going. The governor did lift a couple of restrictions, but there's still now. You guys can have members inside the gym now, at a certain capacity. How has COVID, impacted the business as far as how members are able to, work out? Do you guys have virtual stuff that you're doing right now?
Yeah, we kind of have a combination of everything. So we definitely, because last year, for example, being closed 4 out of the 12 months of the year completely on site, we had to go the virtual route.
Okay.
We're continuing to do that even now that we're reopened. The reason is we're finding people, some people are either getting more workouts in, or on, maybe Friday mornings, they're choosing to do the virtual workout. This morning is a good example. We had 5 people. We were doing a virtual workout from the gym, but I think we only had 1 person in the gym. We had 5 people on the virtual side. Those 5 people were all there at 5:30 yesterday morning. So they're finding it a good way to kind of change things up a little bit.
Okay.
And to maybe, hey, they get up one morning and they don't quite have the time to get in. Maybe they've got the time to do the virtual.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Capacity wise, even at 20, they've still got us at 25%. That's off of fire code occupancy. So that's always high. They would say fire code occupancy for this room is probably 25, right? But you'd never have that many people in there. So it's really, with how the circuit system works, it actually hasn't been that much of a change. Mm-hmm. We've kind of already been doing, social distancing before it was cool.
Yeah. Because you're not around the next bag, next circuit.
Our rounds are already 10 feet apart.
Okay.
Right? And then we went the extra mile. We actually chose just to keep time for cleaning in between each round. We keep 1 round open in between each person now, even though the rounds are already 10 feet apart typically. And that just allows us that extra 3 minutes for cleaning, and then just to be extra safe with and so far as we've become more and more open, that's continued to get a little bit busier. But at the point we're able to go 50%, say, it's going to be pretty much business as usual.
Normal.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So there's not like people are like, hey, I got a schedule to get in there. It's right now it's pretty easy to get in and get a workout and be distanced.
Right. Most you might have is, say you come in and we're absolutely at the capacity. We might just have you wait for 2 minutes, 3 minutes out in the car and signal to you when it's ready. But that hasn't been too often.
Because people don't hang around. I mean, they get done. They got to get on to their next thing. So that's what I like about it too. It's not a big hangout type thing going on after.
Well, it's like you said about the weight bench. You're not waiting for a guy to get done with the weight bench and you have no idea what he's doing. And you're like, okay, when am I going to get my 20-pound dumbbell here? And he's there cranking some 50s or something. So
yeah, totally. Yeah. That's good to know that part too. Well, that's good to know you guys are able to distance and all that within there. Do people have to wear masks when they work out now? I don't even know. I haven't been following much of the fitness requirements from the governor.
Yeah, so like all of the indoor venues now, the masks are required. That was one condition. That was one condition of opening gyms earlier than the bars and restaurants in Minnesota. So we've been back open a couple 3 weeks now since the last announcement.
Okay.
So far that's going okay, but again, I think the adding those virtual options and even the on-demand, which is a streaming one, that's where you can literally go in at any time and do the workout there too. Between all the programming we have, I think it's been a good fit for people regardless of where they're at with that. We have some people that are back working out but aren't in the store. They're just taking advantage of the other two options. We've got people that are doing all three. We've got people that are just back in the store. So kind of based on preference.
Sure. Well, it's kind of nice to have the flexibility. And it's a live workout then, or is it kind of sometimes they're recorded, or is it a mixture of?
It's both actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So we both do it live as well as record it. That we can that people can go on demand and
whenever
do that
they
later.
need it. Okay.
Right.
So if they can't make the whatever time it is.
Right.
Okay.
And different workout every time, so it's not, even if you miss one, it's not like, I missed leg day.
Yeah.
It's I'm doing 2 leg days in a row. There's not really leg day because it's a full body workout. You can skip one without disrupting the next one, I guess. So it works out. It actually works out really well.
Okay, cool. So for those that, it's the new year and resolutions we talk about, and people got their fitness goals for the year, and maybe we're, a couple weeks into it, they're feeling a little, I'm not where I need to be, or I'm losing some motivation. Like, I guess what's a great way to contact you guys is to get somebody to talk to about the workout routine, or to sign up to do a free workout, I guess. Like, what's the best way to contact you guys? You guys like a phone call or website? We'll
take any of the above. I mean, our phone systems all go to our mobiles as well, so we've got apps.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we answer it. I could answer if I wasn't here right now. I could answer store calls and deal with that. So the website is set up to book that first workout, and that just secures a spot in there so our trainers know, and it also, that actually books against our occupancy, which is kind of nice. So it kind of reserves that spot. Just tells us that you're coming. Otherwise, again, we take calls, text over the main line, the whole works. So
cool.
We do an initial consult with our trainers. More and more, we've actually been doing that over the phone now, just prior to the workout. Just saves you some time in the store, gets you kind of up to speed with, I guess, what to expect once you come in, versus it taking more time in the store now, just because it's kind of in and out. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, if anybody out there is looking for a great workout, you guys got to check out 9Round Fitness here in the Twin Ports in the Kenwood Shopping Center. Geoff's a great guy. He's got a great crew there. The trainers are so much fun to be around. They're very motivating. They like to goof around. You guys got great music banging all over, so it's just, you can get in the zone and just work out. And give them a call, hit up the website, and check out a free workout with them just to give it a try. It's maybe a little intimidating at first when you first get in there and all this gear. Believe me, once you get explained to you how it works and you get going, it's a lot of fun. You get a little stress relief when you're smacking a bag. And
Right. Absolutely.
all of our online social media stuff that's been happening, people maybe need a little release, when it comes to the gym. So it's a great opportunity. Please check out Geoff and 9Round Fitness in the Kenwood Shopping Center. And if you guys like this episode today, please give us a like, share it, get the word out about 9Round Fitness. We'd love to have as many people as possible hit up Geoff and their business and learn more about it. Geoff, again, thank you for being here today. I really appreciate it. And thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of the Everything Twin Ports podcast. Until next time, you guys stay safe and we'll see you. Bye.